If I click the save button here right now, you can see it doesn't do anything. And that's not good. This is our Arena Report recording controller. As I've explained before, I'm not going to interact with data layer here, so I'm going to introduce our reference to our view model. And then gather the information we actually have here. So we're going to tell our view model, create arena record for current report. When this UI even shows up, we can assume that there will be a report being selected, and there will be a bunch of information for this method, including our win count, which we can get from win slider dot value, loss count, our class player, now I need to explain the plus one here just a bit. Throughout this app, I use a number to represent the class, and you can get the class name and store it in database. And everywhere when the class is needs to be represented, it's represented by an integer. And but zero in this case is unknown class, and that's never going to be meaningful. Basically, shifting the value to uh, make the result fit in our convention. Okay, and last but not least, the date. Alright, so now we've created this record. Not really, but at least we've established the interface for it. And we, at this point, can safely dismiss ourselves. Looks good. I'm going to copy the whole thing and go actually about to implement it. So we need to write function create Okay, we have our function signature established here. We are going to create a ns-manage record. So let new record be of course I need the context. And for this record, we'll set a few entities to it. And why don't we take a look at what it actually is? So arena round has is pretty bare bone. We have our win count, loss count, player class, and which report it belongs to at a time. So everything is as expected. New record has a time, that is our NS date. New record has win and loss count. Of course, this will make it even better. We cast the NS manage object to our specific class. And then I'm going to copy paste the save code. Okay, so this will generate the record for us. We've got a crash. That is because we don't actually have the actual reference to a view model at this point. And we can go back to our parent controller and actually solve this problem. And we're going to do that now by going to our page view controller, where it actually performs the segue. And in here, since this is a higher level controller, I have no problem with it being aware of what child and descendant controller it has. So I'm going to do a bunch of things here. I'm going to grab the destination controller, and since I know that it is a navigation controller, I'm going to cast it as such. And then next step is the top view controller. That's actually our arena report recording controller. Now we have a reference to it. I'm just gonna assign our view model. All I want to see is when I hit save, this disappears and everything goes back to a blank screen. And this is not good. Validation error. I see. The reason we failed this validation is there's one more piece of information, which is new record.report. It needs to be our current report. And of course, the current report is a optional. So we're going to wrap it up. I guess unwrap it here. Okay, of course. Let's try again. I think that just worked.